The posse has just completed their first encounter with creatures from the void, hellfire succubi, deadly otherworldly beasts from the abyss. Following the battle, Dakota moved into the waterfall room, where he saw daylight coming through an opening in the wall. As he stepped closer, he could see a desert canyon emerge in the distance. He yelled back at the others, saying, "There is an opening up ahead that leads into a desert canyon. I'll stay here until both of you move up." As he waited, Dakota remembered an old Indian legend that spoke of a place known as the Canyons, a system of rocky gulches that were connected by underground passages that meandered both above and below ground.
Good evening, and welcome to episode 6 of my campaign playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. In the previous episode, we ended with Dakota discovering an exit from the mines that led into a desert canyon. I'll put up a copy of the rules dealing with the canyons on the screen. This will be the first time I've encountered the canyons during a playthrough, so we'll be discovering its mysteries together as we play. Though the canyons are a separate world from the mines, it's still considered to be a terrestrial location, so it does not have an associated otherworld threat deck like the swamps of Jargono or the caverns of Cinder. It uses the normal low, medium, and high threat decks just like the mines. However, to give this location a stylized feel, I have created a custom set of threat tables that will produce a more thematic grouping of enemies that are tailored to the location's theme. I'll place the table on the screen for you to view. So while the posse is in the canyons, we'll be using those tables instead of the standard threat cards. The canyons comes as a part of the Blasted Wastes expansion, and it's a very good value with that expansion as you get two worlds, Blasted Wastes and the canyons. The canyons has some special features involved in that. It's Deep Gulch. All enemies are +1 defense during the first turn of an ambush, and at the start of any fight, every hero may recover a grit on the D6 roll of 4 or better. Right. We left off with Dakota looking through, and because this is a terrestrial world, they give you some new end caps, in this case a mine exit tile. We're going to use that to replace the gate tile that we normally would use, and then this will be the other end of that. And we're going to draw a Canyons map deck tile to find out what Dakota can see through that exit. All right, and here's the card. It's white water. It has an advanced encounter called River Crossing. All right, I'm going to put that on the board, and I'll be back in one moment. All right, we've repositioned the map. We've placed the whitewater tile and the entrance to that whitewater tile, which is connected from the exit from the mine tile that Dakota's looking through. Dakota's looking through here, and he's basically getting a view of that direction. We'll place an encounter token on that tile, but we won't reveal that until a character has actually entered that map. All right, we've left off with Dakota's turn has finished. We'll move on to Will McMaster. He'll roll for movement. He rolls a 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Will is going to scavenge the underground waterfall tile. So he'll be rolling 3d6, and he'll be able to draw a scavenge card on any for each 6 that he gets a result on. He rolled 2 6s. All right, so we'll be drawing two scavenge cards. All right, I'll get our scavenge deck, give that a shuffle, and then he'll get 2 cards from there. All right. These are the 2 cards that he got for the scavenge. And we'll reveal the first one. That's a small find. You find a small scattering of coins stained with blood, $25 and 10 XP. Second card is nothing here. The room appears to have nothing of value, 10 XP. All right, we'll credit Will McMaster with those values. All right, we'll place a scavenge token on the underground waterfall tile. And now it is the henchman's turn. Emerson Wheeler, he has a move of 4. So he'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that would complete that round. All right, we'll be starting a new round. Dakota will roll for the hold back the darkness. He rolls an 8, so we have no problems with that. And now Dakota will roll for movement. Dakota's fast, he has a +1 to his move. He rolled a 2, that'll be 3. So he's going to enter that white water tile, and he'll move 1, 2, 3. All right, and now it is Will McMaster's turn. He'll roll for movement. He rolls a 5. 1, 2, 3. And Will McMaster will hold position there. And now finally we have Emerson Wheeler, the henchman. He has a move of 4. He'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that completes the character's movement. And now we will go to the exploration phase, and we'll find out what the exploration token has on that tile. Okay, we have 1 exit and 2 encounters. All right, I've repositioned the camera. The white water tile has only 1 exit, and so, or 1 doorway, and the tile is indicating 1 doorway. So we've placed a doorway marker there. Next we have to resolve 2 encounters, plus the whitewater map tile also has an advanced encounter called River Crossing. So we will get that out. This is the River Crossing card, and then we'll be drawing 2 encounter cards from the Canyons deck. And we can resolve these in any order we wish. Here are the other 2 cards. First one is Flash Flood. And the next one is Old Mine Entrance. All right, we'll take a look at those in detail. All right, I've decided on the order that I wish to resolve these encounters. Before we get to those, I'll give you an update on the depth track. The posse right now has advanced through 2 different tiles, so they'll be at 14 right now, and the darkness marker is at 1 currently. All right, the first card that I'm going to resolve is called River Crossing. It has the keywords canyon, encounter, environment, and water. A raging river rolls by here, white water spitting up at you as it is dashed on the rocks. There seems to be somewhat of a ford here, where you could possibly cross to the other side. Looking at the far bank, something catches your eye glimmering in the light. If every hero spends 1 grit, you may cross the river to the other side. All right, unfortunately, Dakota does not have a grit available. Will McMaster has 1 grit, but Dakota does not have any, so River Crossing, we won't be able to play that card and execute that. Our next card is going to be Old Mine Entrance. Whoa. Sorry about that. All right, Old Mine Entrance. Canyon, encounter, environment, mine. There is an old mine entrance here cut into the canyon wall. It looks like it may have been boarded up at some point, but has since been broken back open. Place a mine entrance gate end cap on 1 random exit of this map tile, replacing the other end cap or gate that might be there. This works the same in every way as a gate to another world, except that it always leads to the mines. When placing the first mine tile on the other side of the gate, start with a mine exit gate end cap. All right, so we will replace the opening with a mine entrance. All right, so we've added a mine entrance gate here, and then that will transition into this mine entrance on the other side. Will be back into the mine. So I'm really enjoying the canyon's expansion. Kind of gives you a good flavor for being, going up and down through a mine and then into an open area and back in. It's quite interesting. Okay, our final encounter is called Flash Flood. Canyon encounter active water. Without warning, a hard driving rain begins to pour down from the skies, drenching you to the bone. In moments, you hear a roar from up the trail, and a terrestrial flood of water rushes toward you, threatening to sweep you off your feet before dwindling back down to just a trickle. All right, all heroes are going to have to make a Strength 5+ test. If failed, you must discard one item, side bag token, or Darkstone as it is swept away in the flash flood. All right, so we will have to make that strength test for Dakota and Will McMaster. All right, I wanted to check the rules for the Old West allies, and the henchman is going to be required to also perform that skill test. His abilities state skills and items. Henchman has a value of 1 in all skills and may carry and use up to 2 anvils worth of items, as well as up to 2 side bag tokens. All right, so we're going to roll for the strength test for Dakota, Will, and for Emerson. And Dakota's strength is a 2, so he'll be rolling 2 dice, and he's looking for a 5 or better. And he got that. He rolled a 4 and a 5, so Dakota passed that test. Now we'll roll for Will McMaster. He has a strength of 3, so he'll be rolling 3 dice. And he also passed. He has a 1, 2, and a 5. All right, finally, Emerson Wheeler will roll. He has a strength of 1, though, so this may be a difficult one for him. He rolled a 6, so he passed. All right, excellent. The card then reads, Luck 5+, and that would be select a random hero, has to perform a Luck 5+ test. If successful, the waters leave behind something of value. Draw a gear card. All right, well, we're going to roll to determine our random hero. We'll use a D6. It'll be 1 to 2 for Dakota, 3 to 4 for Will McMaster, and 5 to 6 for Emerson Wheeler. Okay, we rolled a 3, so that's going to be Will McMaster. He has a luck of 3, so he'll be rolling 3 dice, and he's looking for a 5 or better, and he would be able to find draw a gear card. And he's unsuccessful. He does have a grit token available, so I could use that to re-roll this. I think we'll do that. We're going to spend his grit token and re-roll those 3 dice, seeing if we can get a luck 5 or better. We did. He rolled a 2, 5, and a 5. So we're going to draw a gear card and see what he has found. All right. And Will McMaster has found exotic herbs. Gear, herbs, token. Gain 1 exotic herbs token. Discard this card. All right. So we're going to give him an exotic herbs token. All right, Will McMaster has gained an exotic herbs token. We'll put that into his side bag. And exotic herbs, we can discard that to remove D3 corruption points. So that's very valuable. Okay, great find. All right, we're going to continue on, and we will roll for Hold Back the Darkness. Dakota has the lantern, and his roll is a 6. Okay, that's going to fail, so that darkness will advance 1 step, and we have a blood spatter marker on that, meaning they will have to draw a darkness card. All right, here's the draw. Okay, and that reads Temptations of Evil, Darkness, Insanity. Whenever the darkness moves one or more spaces forward on the depth track, every hero takes one corruption hit, or two corruption hits if holy remains in play. All right, that is a severe card. We'll have to see if there's some way we can perhaps stop that from coming into play. I'm going to check our capabilities and see if there's a way I can cancel that. All right, I've checked the abilities of the posse, and the only way that I can attempt to cancel that from coming into play is to use Emerson Wheeler's Check It Out ability. Once per turn, a single henchman may attempt to cancel a depth event or a growing dread or darkness card as it is played. Roll once on the henchman exploration chart to find the result. All right, here is the henchman exploration chart, and we are going to be rolling 2d6. It says grit may not be used for this roll, so we'll roll and find out what the result is. Here's our 2d6 roll. We rolled a 4. Okay, a 4 is gruesome fate, failure. The event is not canceled and the henchman is killed horribly. Roll on the gruesome fate chart below to see how. All right, we're going to be rolling a d36 to determine his fate. That's very unfortunate. All right, we'll be rolling a d36. The red die will be the 10s, the green will be the singles, and then we'll see what his fate is. He rolled a 61. Okay, a 61 reads, Void Spider Eruption. The henchman falls to his knees, clutching his belly. As his abdomen splits open, a horde of void spiders erupt out, pouring from the gore and bile. Ambush attack, 6 void spiders. All right, and it says here if you do not have void spiders, reroll. Well, we do. What a terrible fate. So our friend Emerson Wheeler has been killed, and we're going to be attacked by 6 void spiders. All right, it's an ambush attack, so I will set that up. What a horrible fate for our friend Emerson Wheeler. But there's no time for the posse to mourn. They are ambushed by 6 void spiders. I'm going to place the enemy record sheet on the screen. Here's the void spiders. All right, this is an ambush, so the void spiders will be +2 initiative. That will give them an initiative of 8. Their card reads Beast, Void. They're small in size. They have no special abilities. They have a move of 8, escape of 4+. Their melee 2-hit is 4+, combat 2, damage 2. They have no defense and a health of 3. All right. Well, 3 of the spiders are going to be attacking Will McMaster, and the other 3 will be attacking Dakota. So I've brought out a larger dice bowl to roll into, and I guess we will roll for all of them at once against each character. So they have a combat of 2, so each spider will be rolling 2 dice. It'll be a total of 6 dice we'll start with Dakota, so they'll be rolling 6 dice against Dakota. All right, the models will activate in initiative order. The void spiders for the first round of the ambush are +2 initiative, so they're at 8. They're already in combat position, and we'll begin by rolling the attack against Dakota. So we're going to have 3 void spiders attacking them. They'll be rolling 6 dice. Dakota currently has 8 wounds out of his 10 health. He has no sanity damage. And Will McMaster has 2 wounds out of his 12 health with no sanity damage. Okay, here's the roll for the void spiders. 66, they hit on 4 or better. And they've scored 1 hit only. 1 hit. All right. And Dakota can defend that. He has a defense of 4+, and we'll see if he can defend that. He does not. He rolled a 2. So that is going to inflict 2 wounds on Dakota, bringing him from 8 to 10, and that would KO him. But as you may remember, the posse in their last town stay acquired a valuable information token, and that can be exchanged for an additional revive token, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to exchange that for a revive token and then use that on Dakota. That will heal him completely. He'll be at 0 wounds, and that will allow him to continue. All right, the next attack is going to be the 3 Void Spiders attacking Will McMaster, and they will also roll 3d6. All right, here's their roll. And they scored a total of 3 hits. 3 hits. And Will McMaster can defend with a 4+. Here's his roll. And he defended 2 of those. 2 of those are defended. 1 gets through. He takes 2 wounds. That brings him up to 4 wounds out of his 12 possible health. All right. And now, the next in line is Dakota. He will roll for movement. I'm hoping he can roll a 1 and be able to recover a grit. He rolled a 3, so no help there. Dakota will remain in place, and he is going to use his carbine, which will allow him 3 shots. His other option would have been to use his Indian hatchet, but unfortunately that would only allow him, his combat is 2, he would only be rolling 2 dice, although the hatchet would allow him +1 damage. But against these creatures with 0 defense, we're going to take the potential extra hits in place of that extra damage. So he'll use his carbine, 3 shots. He'll hit on a ranged attack of 4 or better. Okay, he has rolled a 5, 5, and a 3. That would give him 1 hit. And we're going to place a hit on each of those, this spider and this one. They have a defense of 0, but they do have a health of 3. So he'll be rolling for this one first. He rolled a 5, so that will kill that spider. That's good. The next one, he'll roll. He does only 1 point of damage there, so we'll give that spider a wound. All right. Now it is Will McMaster's turn. He'll roll for movement. He rolled a 1. So that will allow him to recover a grit. That's very good. Gives him 2 grit. And now he's going to use his Peacekeeper pistol, and that will allow him 3 shots. He hits on a 4 or greater. And he rolled only 1 hit. He'll apply that to this spider, and we'll see how much damage he does. They have a defense of 0. He rolled a 2. All right. That will mean that the spider gets 2 wounds. Place the wound tokens there. And we're ready to begin another round. Dakota will roll to hold back the darkness. And he rolls a 7, so that's just enough. All right. Then we will activate in initiative order. The Void Spiders now go back to their printed initiative, which is 6, but unfortunately that's still enough for them to act first, and they will duplicate their attack. These 2 spiders are attacking Dakota. One of them is already wounded, so they'll be rolling a total of 4 dice, 4d6, and they will be hitting on a 4 or greater. And they have no hits. They rolled 3 3s and a 1. No hits. All right. And the other 3 spiders are still continuing their assault on Will McMaster, so they'll be rolling 6d6. and hitting on a 4 or greater. And they scored a total of 2 hits. 2 hits. And Will can defend. He has a defense of 4 or greater. And he ended up defending 1. And that means that 1 got through, and that will cause him 2 more wounds. That brings his wound total to 6. 6 out of his 12. All right. Okay, Dakota will activate. He will roll a roll for movement. He rolled a 6. He'll remain in that position, and he's going to fire with his carbine, allowing him 3 shots. He hits on a 4 or greater. He ended up with 2 hits, 1 critical. Now the criticals won't matter against these creatures. They have a 0 defense. So he'll apply 1 hit against this spider and 1 against that one. Okay, I had to change batteries, so we're in the process of finding out the wound damage to the spiders from Dakota's shots. Do this one first. That one has a wound on it already. And rolled a 5. That will kill that spider. And now the second one. Rolled a 2, so that'll inflict 2 wounds on that spider. All right. And now we'll go to Will McMaster. He will roll for movement. He rolled a 4. He'll remain in position, and he will fire his Peacekeeper. That's 3 shots. And he rolled 2 hits. He'll apply 1 hit to that wounded spider and another one to the one in back of him. Do this one first. It rolls for 2 points of damage. That will kill that spider. And the second one, this one here, he rolls a 1. That's 1 damage point against that spider. All right. And then we will start a new round. Okay, we've got a new round starting. Dakota will roll to hold back the darkness. He rolls a 7, so that's good. The models will activate in initiative order, starting with the void spiders. Okay, they're already in combat position. This wounded void spider will attack Dakota. He'll be rolling 1 dice, hits on a 4 or greater. It rolled a 4, so that's a hit against Dakota. He can defend at a 4+. And he rolled a 6, so he properly defended that. No problems there. And now these 2 spiders, one is wounded, will attack Will McMaster. So they will roll a total of 4 dice. They have a combat of 2. And they rolled 4 hits. 4 hits. And Will can defend. He has a defense of 4+. And he defended all of them. He had 3 6s and a 4. So that will cause no wounds to him, which is good. All right. Now the Dakota will activate. He'll roll for movement. He rolled a 1, so that will allow him to recover a grit. That's very good. Okay. And he'll continue to use his carbine, and he is going to remain in position, and he'll attack that wounded spider in back of him. He'll be rolling 3 dice, hitting on a 4 or greater. And he scored 1 hit. And that should be enough to kill that spider. It has 0 defense. It rolled a 1, just enough, and he killed that spider. So that's fantastic. All right. Now Will McMaster will activate. He'll roll for movement. He rolled a 2. And now he'll fire his Peacekeeper, rolling 3 dice. He has 3 shots with that. And he scored 1 hit. I'm going to use one of his grit tokens to re-roll the 2 misses. And he still scored no hits on those. Those are 3s. So 1 hit is scored. He'll apply that to the wounded spider, and he'll do 4 damage, so that will kill that spider. Okay, that's good. We're down to 1 spider remaining. We'll start a new round. Dakota will roll for the darkness. He rolled Snake Eyes, so that's going to be a depth event. Yeah, we're still under the effects of that blood moon, and that means a depth event will add a growing dread card to the stack instead of the event. So we'll be adding an additional growing dread card. That's 3 now to the stack. And I believe that's the only card that will apply. The Temptations of Evil card is active, but that only happens when the depth track moves. So that will not apply in this case. All right, so the spider will, 1 spider remaining, he will attack Will McMaster. He'll be rolling 2d6. His combat is 2. He hits on a 4 or greater. He scored 1 hit. Will can defend on a 4+. He rolled a 1. He did not defend that, so he will receive 2 more wounds. That brings him to a total of 8 out of his 12 available. All right. Now, Dakota will activate. He'll roll for movement. He rolled a 1, so that will allow him to gain a grit token. He's already in combat position, so I won't move him. He won't need to escape, and he will fire his carbine, allowing him 3 dice, hitting on a 4 or greater. And he scored 1 hit. I'm going to use a grit token, and that'll leave Dakota with 1 grit token remaining, and that'll allow him to re-roll the 2 misses. He scored 2 more hits, so that's a total of 3 hits against that spider, and that will be enough to kill him. They scored a total of 15 damage, so that spider is blown to pieces. All right, that ends that combat. All right, the posse has defeated the spider ambush, and they will be able to catch their breath. Dakota activated, so he'll get to roll a D3 and heal D3 wounds or sanity. Now, Dakota has no wounds or sanity damage, so that won't apply to him. He won't have to worry about that. Will McMaster did not activate, and if they did not activate during a turn, they get to heal D6 wounds or sanity. So that will be great. Here's the roll, and Will ended up healing 2. That's 2 damage. That will bring him from 8 down to 6. So he's got 6 out of his 12 wound slots are used up. Now, following that, the posse will be able to draw a loot card. Okay, so we'll shuffle the loot deck, and each of them gets to draw 1 card. See what they have found. Okay, this will be Dakota's card, and this will be Will McMaster's card. All right, Dakota finds 1 Darkstone shard and 30 XP. All right, that's his 2nd Darkstone that he has now. Here's the Darkstone tokens that I'm using. And then he will also get 30 XP. And Will McMaster finds $50 in cash with 20 XP. All right, great. Okay, we'll give you an update on the character's status. Will McMaster has 6 wounds out of 12 health. He has $130 in cash, and he has accumulated a total of 85 XP. He has 1 grit token. Dakota has a total of $65, 2 Darkstone, 1 grit, and he has accumulated a total of 215 XP. All right, now we also have to account for the creatures that each of them killed for XP. Dakota killed 4 of them. Each of those are worth 10 XP apiece, so he'll gain 40 more XP for that. Will McMaster killed 2 spiders. That will get him an additional 20 XP. All right, the posse will continue on without their friend Emerson Wheeler. Dakota will roll to hold back the darkness. He rolled double 3s. And because of that blood moon, that's going to add another growing dread card. That's their 4th. That's going to be a tough one. And now models will activate in order. Dakota will start. He'll roll for movement. He has a +1 because he's fast. He rolled a 3. That'll give him 4 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And Dakota will look into that mine shaft and find out what he sees in the distance. So we'll be drawing a map deck, a mine map deck card. And he ends up seeing a rail tunnel. All right. Get that out. All right, Will McMaster will roll for movement. He rolls a 1. Okay, that will allow him to recover grit. That will give him 2 grit. And he'll move towards that opening. Now this tile has not been scavenged, so I think will try that. He'll try to scavenge. It's a little bit of a risk, but we'll give it a shot. He'll roll 3 dice, and for every 6 result, he'll get to draw a scavenge card. He was unsuccessful there, a 1, 4, and a 5. All right, that will end his turn. We'll go on to another round. Dakota will roll to hold back the darkness. I hope we don't have any more doubles. We've got 4 growing dread cards in the stack already. And that's a cocked die. We'll re-roll that one. And they did roll doubles. The 5th growing dread card is added to the stack. This is not going to pan out well, folks. All right, Dakota will remain where he is for right now until Will can get up closer. And I guess Dakota will attempt to scavenge that tile since he's waiting for Will. He'll roll 3d6, and on results of 6, he gets to draw a scavenge card. He did roll 1. He rolled 1, 6, and he'll get to draw a scavenge card, so we'll do that for him. Okay, here's the card, and it's nothing here. He does gain 10 XP though. All right, we're going to begin a new round. Dakota should have rolled for movement to see if he could have recovered a grit. So I'm going to roll for that now. It's out of sequence, but no, he didn't. He rolled a 2. So, all right, now he's going to roll to hold back the darkness. We'll start a new round. He rolled a 7, so that's good. We're in good shape there. He will remain where he is. The tile has already been scavenged. I'll put a scavenge marker down. So there's really nothing for him to do. He's going to wait till Will moves up. Will McMaster will roll for movement. He rolled a 2. He'll proceed ahead 2 spaces. And that will end the round. Dakota will roll again to hold back the darkness. He rolled an 8, so we're good with that. There's really nothing else for him to do. He's going to wait until Will can move up a little bit. Will McMaster will roll for movement. He rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Will have moved on to that tile in the mine, and we'll place an exploration token there. And I think we'll end our video for today right here, and we will come back next time and we'll discover what Will has found in that rail tunnel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Will, upset at the horrendous death of his friend Emerson, charges past Dakota and enters into the darkness ahead. Dakota screams, saying, "Wait. I think we need to flee the mine, it's getting much too dangerous for us to continue." However, McMaster ignores the advice of his wise friend and, driven by revenge, he charges ahead into the unknown.